Hey guys, so good to be back with you guys. I am so excited right now because spring is finally here. The winter in Finland has been nice, but let's just say I'm looking forward to spring coming. Let me show you. Let me take you outside in my front yard. This time I'm not gonna lock myself out of the house. Last time when I was filming the how to film B-roll yourself, I stepped outside and immediately I realized, dang it, I don't have my keys with me. So I had to walk all the way to my wife's parents' house to get the keys. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. But let me show you how springy it is outside. Woo! The sun is shining. The weather is beautiful. Let me just show you. When the snow is melting, that's a good sign here in Finland. You can actually see the rocks and the grass again. We've still got a lot of snow, but we're on the way for spring. Spring's coming, spring's coming, spring's coming. And if you listen really carefully, you can hear the water dripping into the drain. Let's just stop for a second. Ah, that is the sound of snow melting. Woo! It's still a little bit chilly, so let's get back inside. Another reason why I'm so excited is that last week I released my first ever CINE LUTS pack, and already so many of you guys have picked up the pack and sent me different examples of footage that you've graded with it, and it's been so exciting to be able to just release a product that actually helps filmmakers. So if you haven't got the CINE LUTS pack yet, make sure you go check out the link below and grab yourself the pack, because I can guarantee you it's going to get you that vintage and filmic look to your footage. But a lot of you guys might still be on the fence. Should I buy them? Should I not? And I want to kind of help you guys jump over the fence and show you guys why you should buy them. But first off, maybe some of you guys are even asking, what even is a LUT? Well, for photographers, presets have been something that people have been using for decades. Presets help you get that look that you want for your different photos. And for videos, LUTs haven't been that popular, but in the last few years, they've become more and more usable. And basically, a LUT is just like a filter or a preset that you can put on your video footage. It helps you grade the footage to a certain style, a certain way that you want, and allows you to get consistent color grades for your films. In recent years, LUTs have become more and more popular, and it's helped us as filmmakers to be able to get better color grades for our footage. Today I wanted to give you a few examples of how I use my CINE LUTs to color grade my footage, just so you can kind of see how easy they are to use and how versatile they are. But first off, whenever it comes to color grading, make sure that the footage that you have to start off with is right. This means that you gotta have a flat profile when you're filming. Because if you're not filming with a flat profile, it's almost like putting one preset on top of another preset. It's just not gonna work. But when you film with a flat profile, it's kind of like having a clean slate for your footage when it comes to color grading. Not only are you gonna have more of a dynamic range in your footage, but as well you're gonna have more freedom and flexibility to color grade it a certain direction that you want. So first off, make sure you start off with a flat profile when you're filming, and then use that footage to color grade with. Alright guys, so we're going to use the CINE LUTS pack to color grade some footage that I have here. So first I'm going to bring them into Adobe Premiere and import them. And as you can see, some of them are filmed at 24 frames per second, but some of them are slow motion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these footage and I'm going to turn them into 24 frames per second by going to Modify, Interpret Footage, and then assume this rate, and then we're going to do 23.976. That way they're all going to be slow motion already. And then I'm gonna just make a sequence out of that, and then I'm just gonna bring all of this in here like this, and then I'm gonna just take off all the sound by unlinking them. So here we have different clips. Here's some clips from Hawaii. This clip is from Hawaii as well. We have some footage from the beach that we shot. And this is footage of my friend Josh from his artist profile. If you haven't checked that out, go check it out. Got some sweet epic footage from that video. Here's some footage from his office. He was just playing with this old school camera. And then just a nice portrait shot of him. And then here's two shots of my wife from New Zealand in Mount Cook. So we're going to first start off with just choosing the LUT. So you go browse here in the creative window, you go browse, and then you can choose, for example, CINE Kick-Ass. This is a really warm tone one, but you can just choose the intensity. So I would really suggest always going from anywhere between 40% to 100%. So in this one, I would maybe go to 50% or 60%. let's do 60%. So just after you apply the LUT, then you can go and just change the white balance a little bit so it's a little bit warm for me. Gonna change the exposure a little bit, add some contrast, maybe put some highlights and drop some shadows. So as you can see, beforehand it was pretty boring, flat. Then when I add the LUT and then just did some minor tweaks, it already looks like that. Then I have this clip of my wife, and this is a beach shot. I want this to be really warm and just nice, so I know, go to the creative tab, browse, and I'm gonna put the CINE California, and this is supposed to be like a really summer, crazy kind of vintage feel. And you can change it anywhere from 100, maybe I'll try 60, see how that looks, and then I'll go 80. Okay, I really like that look. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go again to the browse. I think I'm gonna leave this warm. Maybe I'll try first -20, just see it, and then 0. I really like this warm. Maybe I'll go 0, -10, and then 10. Okay, I'm gonna add 10 magenta, and then I'm just gonna add more contrast again as well. So I'm gonna add 20 to the highlights and 20 to the shadows. And here you can already see it before and after. It just gives that really nice summer feel to that. So if you really want that kind of vintage summer feels to your footage, use the CINE California one. So there's some shots of my friend Josh in the cafe, and I want to try just a few different LUTs here. So go to the creative tab again, go browse, and one that I really like for just this kind of vintage blue is the CINE blue. And you can go here and then you can change from the intensity from 100, maybe try 60 first, maybe go to 80, and then 100. Okay, I think 60 is good. And you can see in the footage, the skin tones stay nice, but it gives us a nice blue tint. And afterwards, a lot of times I just add some more contrast to it, and then the footage just comes alive. So look at this even. This is before, and this is after. I really like this CINE blue LUT. I think it gives a cool vibe with this nice little, nice tones, but also nice blue feel to the footage. Here we have a shot of Josh with this really cool old school camera. Because this shot has a really nice blacks in it, I really want to show you how the CINE lifted shadows will look in this shot. So I'm going to go to the creative, choose CINE lifted shadows. And it's going to immediately give you that lifted shadows look. 100 might be a little bit too much, so let's go 60 first. Maybe 100, 80. Let's do that. Then we just go up here, boost some of the exposure. Maybe to 0.4, add some contrast, and then add some warmth to that. And already look at this. Before, after. Before, after. So really it's pretty simple. Essentially all I'm doing is applying the CINE LUT, maybe changing a little bit of the white balance, exposure, and then adding contrast. And then if I want even more contrast, I add some to the highlights and I add some to the shadows. So this just really quickens your workflow when it comes to color grading. Here, there's the shots of my wife, and one of my favorite LUTs is the CINE Perfect Skin Tones. And it's kind of got this green orange tint, and I really love what it does to the greens in the shot. It gives that kind of desaturated greens look, but it keeps the orange looking good. So even at 100% now, just look at the difference between the footage. It already looks good. Maybe I would just see what it looks like at 60, 100. I kind of like that. Gonna add some more contrast to it. Maybe a little bit of warmth. Look at that already. Love it. So using these LUTs, it's just a quick way to grade your footage, and you just have to do some minor tweaks at the end. I mean, when it comes to LUTs and presets, you're never gonna just get just a one-click wonder. You're always gonna have to do a little bit of tweaks, but as you can see, even with the examples I showed you here, you apply the LUT, change the intensity from 60 to 100%, depending on how much of a look you want, and then just do some simple tweaks with the white balance, the exposure, contrast, and then highlights and shadows. That's all you need, guys, to color grade your footage, to get that nice cinematic look, to get that vintage and filmic look to your footage. So I hope you guys go buy the pack, test it out, send me footage that you guys have used the CINE LUT pack with. I'd love to see all the stuff that you guys are coming up with. Thanks, guys. And if you like the stuff that I've been putting on the channel lately, make sure you subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with the latest videos and smash that like button. And guys, Spring is on its way. Don't fret. It's coming. So if it's snowing wherever you are, just don't worry about it. Spring is on its way. If it's already warm and nice where you're from, go outside. Go enjoy being outside. Enjoy some fresh air because there's no point in being in front of the computer all day long. Get out there. Life's too short.